mentioning that you feel like it's going to be something like Hydreigon or Chandelure, and I feel like that really fits kind of his edgy kind of motif that he has going on. But I feel like he's going to stick more with Pokemon that are capable of Mega Evolving, because being a Mega Evolutionist is kind of like his thing, and we've seen, like, the 2 Pokemon we've already seen him with obviously can Mega Evolve. So there's still a lot of Mega Evolving Pokemon he can use that haven't been featured in the series yet. Stuff like Mawile, Manectric, Camerupt, Sharpedo. There's still a lot of Pokemon that he can use. He's obviously not going to get something like Mega Gyarados that would belong to Lysander.
Right.
Okay, so is there anything else you had to ask me?
Well, you could tell us a little bit about yourself and what your channel's about. That way, if anyone would like to check you out, and there's links in the description.
Oh, okay. Well, I run I'd say moderately popular Tumblr blog. I don't really have like a YouTube channel. My blog, Purim is my personal blog. It currently has 1,574 followers, which I feel like is pretty nifty. Most of my content is Pokemon anime related. I have a few other fandoms and stuff that I kind of dabble in, and I also reblog the occasional meme post, but it's mostly just me and Pokemon and a lot of Amore shipping. Right. I feel like my name floats around quite a bit in Amore shipping circles. I know that Take a Step official or Tasso TSO. I know I've been on his channel once or twice. I run a few other blogs on Tumblr. I run the Amore Shipping blog on Tumblr, amoreshipping.tumblr.com. I really want to do more with it, but right now it's just all the Amore Shipping posts on Tumblr in a queue.
Okay.
But yeah, that's basically all there is about me. Call me Purim. So.
And just to transition, we were talking about character development. And character development, some points that I have about it is I see that the way that Ash has developed, the way that Shota has developed, the way that these characters have developed, and the theme of becoming one. Ash says that he wants to become Greninja. I feel like Alain defeating Ash in the Kalos League, I feel like the impact that would have is sort of like this: Alain deserved to win the Kalos League when there's still when his passion is still sort of unknown. In a way, his passion is unknown, I feel, and I feel that he's underdeveloped as a character. He's not as developed as Ash is. His coming of age hasn't been reached yet. And some points that I was making here. So we have some scenes here. We have where he wants to protect the smile, right? The joke's going around where he couldn't protect the smile. He couldn't protect Mirren's smile. So he's keeping his distance from Sycamore and Mirren, the people he loves. And in certain scenes, you see him where he is little sip with Charizard, where like he's battling those 10 trainers, and Charizard's like Charizard can't talk, but he's making a comment about like how Alain was kind of like his distance toward Mirren when he said that I can't get stronger with you around, and Charizard's like, "Grr," and then Alain's like, you got something to say. So like he's got a lot of anger that he's holding on to, especially with his eyes. You see him got the Sharingan. He's going through the Izuno. He's going through the Tensengan. Something Uchiha. He's going through the Uchiha's phase. As whereas Ash, we have Ash as more. He's someone that inspires other characters around him. Someone that just look at the way like he's so open with Greninja. He's there walking and talking, and look at Serena just admiring Ash and Greninja's relationship, secretly wishing that she was Greninja. You know, it'd be funny if Serena was Ash's 6th Pokemon in the Kalos League.
I've seen that joke going around too, actually. I've actually heard jokes that like Ash is Serena's Pokemon because like in the the showcase or try Pokemon episodes, like every other word out of his mouth is Serena's name. And there's the joke around that he's a Pokemon that's like the species is Serena.
Satoshi, how do you say Serena's name in Japanese?
It's the same. The pronunciation is slightly off. The pronunciation is slightly different due to the way Japanese works. It's Satoshi and Serena.
Satoshi Serena. They synchro evolve. She's wearing his ribbon. She's already a customizable character in Pokemon Sun and Moon.
We've seen Quartings actually drew this really cute artwork.
Really?
Of Satoshi Serena.
That's funny.
Serena and Ash's clothes from X, Y, and Z 22. Instead of the giant water shuriken, though, she has a giant ribbon on her back.
Oh wow, that's hilarious.
That's great. I totally recommend Quarting's blog on Tumblr.
Okay, yeah. I don't mind linking. I'll link his blog. So just a couple of scenes where you see where Greninja is reminding Ash in that episode. Greninja chose Ash. Greninja, remember Olympia, she said that Froakie was a Pokemon that sought love, that it felt neglected by its trainers, but it found it in Ash, and that's why their bond has been so strong. So you see Froakie choosing Ash. Froakie chose Ash. And this is when they said, Ash apologizes to Greninja. He says, let's start from zero, from the beginning. And then it was really nice seeing in the following episode, he used he used Greninja, Talonflame, and Pikachu, the Pokemon that he first had when he got to Kalos, in like the beginnings of Kalos. So my argument here was basically that if you believe that Alain should defeat Ash in the Kalos League, it's unfair because Alain hasn't reached this coming of age that Ash has reached. I was saying that...
I agree with that, actually. Alain still clearly has, like, more personal growth to go through.
Right.
He's clearly not protecting anyone's smiles. He's not living his life correctly. Where Ash has kind of hit the same hurdle that Alain hit. That Alain hit a long time ago with the whole Ash Greninja form. Going back to XY20, was it 28? I'm bad with the numbers around this part of the series. But the Winding Woods episode and the two Snowbell gym battles around it, Ash kind of runs into the same problem Alain did way back when he ran into Lysander the first time. Both Alain and Ash are trying to master a new form. Alain is trying to mega evolve his Charmander, who's currently a Charmeleon.
Right.
Or Ash is trying to master this Ash Greninja form.
Right.
But both of them achieve what they're trying to do in different ways.
Right.
Alain effectively sells out to Lysander and gives him his loyalty and becomes his dog.
Right.
To paraphrase.
Right. Bonnie has a side dog and Bonnie has a Zydog and so does Lysander. That's Alain 10%.
Alain 10% form. Great. But when Ash has this problem, like, his friends come to him, specifically Serena comes to him and tells him, like, this isn't how you do things at all. And, the Ash in front of me isn't Ash at all. You're not yourself. And Ash is like, you're right, I'm not. Well, after he yells for a little bit and she runs off. But he doesn't sell out. He doesn't give in. He realizes that there's always a way he can go. He does what Ash does, and he is able to master the Ash Greninja form on his own without any interference. So Ash has already passed this hurdle of how do I become stronger and master this form? Where Alain never cleared that hurdle. He took a shortcut, and as we know in series like these, shortcuts always lead to your downfall.
Right. Right, so some notes I have is Shota's demise was not battling his bond with his Pokemon. If you remember the first two matches that Ash and Shota had in the past, or Sawyer, whatever you go by for his character, you have him he's taking notes as he's battling. And my argument is that he's like, once he reaches his coming of age, he has to acknowledge that he has to live within these moments and utilize his notes to help his Pokemon in the heat of battle. So when his Trico evolves, is that when he's fighting with Trico, is when he puts away his notebook and he commands his Trico to use Bullet Seed, and they have an epic battle, and you see him evolve into a Grovyle. And then from there, that's when their rivalry really begins, and then Shota even admires Ash even more for giving him that lesson. And Ash respecting him too.
And that's like, that was a really cool moment, actually. Like, I remember seeing that, and it's just like you said, just when Shota was putting away the notebook is finally when he, like, connected with Trico on the level to trigger the evolution.
Right. So...
you go on.
Alright, so yeah. So, Ash says Greninja in that scene, and there are different translations, but the one that I found, it says that I'm a trainer, so I have to do my best. I have to pull myself together. Those are the kinds of things that aren't doing our best together. When I looked next to me, my friend was there. My beloved friend was there. I saw another translation that said that something. What did it say? It said something. It said. Did it say, I love? Did it say Ash say I love you or something? Is Ash tell Greninja I love you?
The friend, like I've seen like translations says like the friend I love.
Yeah.
Is there? But it's basically the same thing.
Right. Earlier I thought that I definitely saves people with you. It's because you were there, and that power can be drawn out. Now that is so powerful. That's the where at the coming of age that Ash needed to reach, because he became. I think where I can see where Alain is becoming. He becomes corrupted with power. This idea that if he has more of this power, that he can protect the people he loves. But the problem is that he's distant from them, and because of that, he's hurting them.
He didn't even realize he was hurting
Marin.
Until it was too late.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really feeling confident about Ash winning the Kalos League.
I'm really hoping so. I feel like it'd be disappointing because we know that Alain is such a strong character that Ash doesn't have a chance to beat him, or Ash gets close to beating him but ultimately loses because Alain is maybe the more likable character because he's cooler or whatnot, or because he's apparently at an advantage that many people are arguing. But it doesn't seem fair because the way that Ash is developed and the way that Ash is being handled and the treatment and the attention that Greninja has doesn't really make much sense for him to lose to someone that's like Paul. But different under the circumstance that Paul didn't have a Mega.
A more anime connection. Like, this is probably more like the conflict between. I mean, they both even have super forms. And this is also me speaking out of my butt because I don't know anything about this. This feels more like the confrontation between Naruto and Sasuke.
Right.
Late in Naruto, because they both have their own ideals that they're trying to push forward, and they both have come a long way. But Ash has come just that much further. He's not like he's still kind of the dorky, dorky-ish hero character, but it's his ideals and his good nature and his good heart that are going to prevail at the end of the day. Because that's the kind of series Pokemon is.
Right. And even Alain himself admires Ash, just like Shota does, because remember when he fought Karina, she said, "This is your 8th badge. Are you going to enter the league?" And he said, "Yes, there's a trainer that I want to battle there." And then she knows that he's talking about Ash, which is a really, really cool time, really good way to communicate with us. And he's saying that, yes, he's very strong. And when Ash talks to Alain in this scene where it's like, Ash sees him, he's like, "Alain." And then he's like, "So you're entering after all?" And he says, "Yeah, I wanted to battle you." It was so direct, and it was so like it kind of sounds weird if you think about it, but at the same time, it's just like, holy crap, they're talking to us. This is not a conversation between Ash and Alain. This is between the writers and the viewers. So that's saying something.
I do want to make sure to mention that Alain kind of halfway mentions, "Oh, and I'm here for Mega Evolution Energy."
Oh yeah,
too.
yeah, definitely.
And Ash is like, "What?" And he's like, "Never mind."
Yeah. So like, taking what you just said there, and I'm also there for Mega Evolution energy. See, when I say that Alain's passion is yet to be known, I feel that Alain's passion is unknown. It seems like he's entering the league with Ash as his battling Ash as his inspiration, but the influence of Lysander, knowing that he needs to gather Mega Evolution energy.
As for even more parallels, as far as characters winning and losing, remember that Ash lost his battle with Sawyer when he was more focused on Sawyer than the battle.
Right. Oh,
and
that's
he
a
lost his
perfect
battle
one.
with Wolfric when he was more focused on Sawyer than his battle with Wolfric.
Exactly.
So if Alain is so focused on Ash rather than the battle he's having, it could thematically spell a stumbling point for Alain.
Right. Or if he's focused on Lysander or Mega Evolution energy, then that's another thing too. Yeah, that's an amazing point.
You gotta be focused.
So, I think we can end off here, but this was a great discussion. I am honored to have.
Thank you for having me.
Purim here on my channel.
I'm glad to talk about Pokemon. It's been a big part of my life for a really long time, so I'm glad I can share some of my knowledge and perspective with another great fan of Pokemon.
Of course.
Thanks for having me.
Now, we wanted to bring you guys present this video to help bring some positivity into the league, into the first episode of the league, into the future of the league. So, if you guys still disagree, you guys are entitled to your opinion. We could talk about it in the comments if you guys would like to engage and whatnot, if you guys agree, what points do you guys have. But we're going to be signing out, and this was a fun video. Thank you.